All right. So I tried to share this with Yami Noob's Discord, but for the life of me, I could not find how to access the Yami Noob, the Yami Noob Discord. It seems like it's maybe behind a paywall or um, it's some sort of private group, and I can't figure out how to join it. I literally just wanted to drop the link to this listing on there for his It Came From Facebook series or stream or whatever he does. I don't actually um, love Yami Noob YouTube channel, but I watch some of his content and it's entertaining enough. So what I'm doing now is just a little It Came From Facebook video of my own. I just saw this. I thought it was pretty cool. And mini bikes are pretty popular right now. I've noticed a lot of people, getting them and trying them out and goofing around on them. And heck, man, if I had an extra, $2,000 with this listing, um, I might get a mini bike of my own. But this listing caught my eye. I didn't know too much about it. So it says it's a 2015 Ice Bear 110cc motorcycle. It's a Honda Monkey clone with a sidecar. And I just think this looks so cool, so fun. I have a dog, and every time that somebody talks to me about my motorcycle or my dog, they end up saying that I got to get a sidecar for him. And this just looks pretty cool. But there was one specific thing about this bike that that made me want to share it with Yami Noob, and eventually with the internet on my own YouTube channel here. But let's go ahead. I'll just read through it. So they're selling this bike. It's in perfect condition. They say not perfect, but fantastic. They bought it in 2015. They never started it. They didn't even put gas in it until last week. 2025. Why you would buy a motorcycle and not immediately you know get it road ready and start riding around is kind of beyond me. For 10 years I wouldn't be able to do that, sit on something that looks this fun for 10 years without even putting gas in it. But they say it's all working great. Electric start, 4-speed semi-auto transmission, which I think is um, the same with the monkey, unless the monkey is, yeah, I think the monkey is like 3-speed semi-auto. Forgive me, correct me if I'm wrong, and forgive me for being wrong. But yeah, and then it's got the detachable sidecar, just 4 bolts to come apart. That's awesome. They say the car's in the sorry, not the car, the bike's in great condition. The cart was stored outside, so it's got a few bumps and bruises. But and then this is interesting to me. No title. I don't know what that means. If it's maybe something about to do with, like, this is a Chinese bike, I found out in some research. So I'm not sure if it's because it's some weird import and they never got it titled or whatever. I don't know the law around that, but I'm just taking a look around. And this is what I thought was so cool. So it's got a little like suicide clutch, or I forget what this is actually called. Like you shift with your left hand and everything. And the shifter wouldn't be called the suicide clutch. The clutch for that shifter would be called the suicide clutch. I've never ridden a bike like this. I have no idea what that entails. A part of me thinks that that'd be a little bit scary, and with something like, it looks like it's got a little bit of off-road tires on this thing, I would see myself riding it around in the dirt. So I think that would be a little bit scary, but also I just thought that was so badass. Like, imagine, riding this around like a, what do they call them? The Shriners, right? The Shriners that ride those little bikes around in the local parades. Like, imagine riding around this little mini bike. It's got like the Captain America blue paint job. You got the little like suicide clutch setup and a sidecar. I just think that this bike would kill at a parade. I think people would love it. So cool. So they put a ton of pictures on this Facebook listing, and dude, I just think this is such a cool bike. I would love to ride around in something like this, put a little dog bed on it for my dog and get him all strapped in, nice and safe. It's got 3.5 miles on it, you know. The speedometer goes up to 120 kilometers an hour, 60 miles an hour. I wonder if anybody could get this little Chinese bike up that fast. Um, just a cool bike, you know. And then I did go ahead and look up the Ice Bear brand. So this is the website for the actual bike here. They got $0 MSRP, so I don't know if that means that they don't sell this bike anymore. But you know, I mean, it looks like a decent little cheap little bike. They got a few colors on it. I think this, yeah, there you go, 360 degrees here. You can see the other colors. Yep. So that's cool. It looks like, you know, either they don't offer that blue U.S. Army paint job anymore, or, you know, maybe the owner of that bike who's selling it, maybe they painted it like that after the fact. Also, I noticed that this one doesn't have that suicide clutch, you know, setup. So kind of interesting, kind of cool. And bro, at $1,500, man, gosh, that's so tempting. Just for a little toy to goof around on. I saw a Reddit post about a similar bike, you know, a little Chinese Honda Monkey clone. They said something about it being a little janky, or, you know, something like that, and they didn't say what that meant. I don't know what it's like to maintain a Chinese engine. I've heard some bad things about it, but also the market is starting to get quite a few more Chinese bikes. Can't remember that one. Is it CF Moto? That's a Chinese manufacturer, and they're super popular right now in the adventure scene. So it's kind of beyond me. I just thought this was a cool find, and again, I would not have done this video if the Yami Noob Discord were a thing where I could have just dropped a link for him. So if somebody wants to let Yami know that you know, people would love to give him more you know, ideas for his content, let him know. But other than that, thanks for watching. I probably won't make a lot more content. See ya.